We're racing at Disa. Zeba is getting asked these details about how a runway friction testing vehicle wasn't available yesterday at the Calicut airport, and this arrived yesterday at the airport from Chennai but could not be used on time for this particular flight that crashed. Such a friction testing is considered important, especially at tabletop airport runways like in Calicut and in Mangalore. Zeba is telling us more about that. Friction testing is important, Zeba, is what your sources are indicating, and this particular device or vehicle rather was not available. This is a major lapse.
Well, certainly, and remember, it is important to note that it's a tabletop airport, which is a complicated airport, which is something that requires friction testing. But friction testing was not done at runway 10 yesterday when this ill-fated aircraft landed. So that is a very big point of concern, and we hope that the investigation will also look at it. The friction testing vehicle, we are being told by our sources, did not reach the airport in time. It was not available at the Kozhikode airport. It reached the airport from Chennai, but not in time to be used for this particular flight. Remember, this flight landed at 7:41 p.m. And this friction testing machine, friction testing vehicle was brought in from Chennai to Calicut, but it did not reach in time for the 7:41 p.m. landing. So the runway at Calicut airport, despite the heavy rainfall, was not friction tested. And it is important to note here that the aircraft accident involves skidding off the runway. So the aircraft essentially skid off the runway, it slipped off the runway and then went into that 35 feet gorge. So it raises certain questions as to perhaps if the runway was tested, if the runway was friction tested, then perhaps something could have been averted. This could have been averted.
Okay.
So this is something that we are learning from our sources, that yesterday the runway was not friction tested because the vehicle, the machine, was not available.
All right, Zeba, thank you for getting us those details. We'll of course keep coming back to you and Neetu for more